Tom, unfortunately we couldn't get through the 90 minutes today. What did you make of the play that you did have?
Not very good. I thought first half was one of the worst halves of football I've seen from us. I did worry a little bit in terms of I knew Salisbury, you're playing top of the league, you're away from home, it sort of sharpens everything mentally and physically, and then I suddenly then I worry that suddenly you're at home and your levels drop a little bit and everything can be a bit flat, and that's exactly what it was in the first half. And then I kept thinking we'd get ourselves going, we never did. In the first half it was just dreadful, sort of really insipid and nothing happening. And I thought, without sounding disrespectful at all to Beaconsfield, but I thought the sort of game was there for the taking. I just sensed that that it wouldn't have taken that much for us to really just get hold of the game by the scruff of the neck, but we never did, and we never looked like doing it. And then the second half starts and we really sort of had quite strong words, and again I thought perhaps we'd come out all guns blazing and we were probably a little bit better. We've obviously conceded that goal, and then based on what I've seen up to that point, I feared for us because there didn't seem to be any real fight or urgency about us. But then we got ourselves back into it with a wonder goal, and then the game is stopped. But it wasn't good from us today in any aspect, and I feel sorry for the people that paid to watch it.
Okay, you did have a very big chance midway through the first half, didn't you, with Leighton Thomas? I know pre-match you spoke about taking your chances, and obviously he's not really made the most of that.
No, and that could really have sort of helped us, get on the front foot, and they would have had to come out a little bit more. And so it was a big opportunity. But to be fair to Leighton, he's not had much game time. He's had a lot of time to think about what he's going to do. And he's coming in off that right hand side, so it's on his weaker foot. So it's just one of those things. You can't sort of hang people out to dry, particularly, as I say, someone that's been waiting for an opportunity for a while and he's not probably up to speed.
Do you feel that the two goals that happened in the second half maybe were down to the poor visibility which we saw increasingly worsen?
I don't know about their goal, because I'd have to speak to our goalkeeper. I tend to think not, and then I actually think with our goal, I don't think the goalkeeper is the way that was struck and the dip on it. I just don't think it's being saved. Their goalkeeper may say that, in fairly obvious terms, his visibility was slightly affected, but I honestly don't think it would have made any difference. It went a long way above him, and then it's dipped in. So just an amazing strike. And Olaf, I got a lot of time for him. He really works hard. He wasn't having the best of games. He hasn't scored for a little while, but so I'm hoping that gives him a boost, because he's a top lad and a top player. So I'm hoping that will give him a little bit of a boost, albeit I suppose now it doesn't technically count. No. But I'm hoping he can take a bit of confidence from that.
Okay. Obviously the stoppage came at 66 minutes. Do you think it was the right call?
Yeah, it did in the end, because I feel you could have ended up with the game being one or lost on something quite farcical. If someone, I don't think actually that the two goals were affected, but they could easily have had someone fairly innocuous shot or cross comes in and goalkeeper misses it, and once you're in that territory where as I say, the game can turn on something quite farcical, I don't think it's appropriate to carry on, and it's frustrating for so many people, mostly the fans who've turned up, very cold conditions, watched an absolute debacle of a game in a lot of aspects, and then the thing gets finished early. But they may feel it was a blessed relief. I don't know.
Okay. Did the referee instigate the talks between yourself and your opposite numbers, or?
Yeah, but to be fair, the referee, I felt, handled the situation very well. He carried on for as long as he could. He then came over and consulted with both myself and John Underwood, the manager of Beaconsfield, and asked what the consensus of opinion was, and I did feel by that point that things were getting a bit farcical, and you could have had a long ball played from sort of back to front and defenders could be not seeing it. As soon as you're in the realms of that, I don't feel you can really carry on, and clearly It's not one of those situations where you can wait 10 minutes and it might lift. It's never going to. So I hate to say it, but I just feel it was the right call. And as I say, I credit to the referee, because I felt he dealt with it in a very fair manner, because he didn't just make a call and impose it on everyone. There was a consultation, and I think everyone was in agreement by that point that, much as we'd like to have carried on, it just wasn't feasible to do so.
Yeah, onwards to Tuesday. I guess, judging by your comments on this game so far, you'll be looking for an improvement in terms of level from your boys. Yeah,
I just said to him in there that as much as we haven't ended up losing a game, that performance has got to sting. It's got to not sit well with us. It doesn't sit well with me, and I really feel strongly that it shouldn't sit well with the players. So you have to almost allow that to eat away at you a little bit until Tuesday. You have to really soak in the sort of upset of that performance, and then really channel everything into reacting and making sure there's no repetition on Tuesday. So I think that's the big message. We're not trying to. You can't paper over the cracks. That was a very poor performance. So, game abandoned or not, you can't escape from that. You have to take that on the chin. And Tuesday we have to come out. We do have to come out fighting, I feel.
Do you take anything positive from today into Tuesday?
Not really. Olaf's goal. Other than that, didn't think there was any really. I go through sort of thinking on my feet now, but I can't really see any performances that I thought were at a good level. I don't think there was much good about the game at all.
Okay, by the sounds of it, then an away win on Tuesday could be a real tonic for you.
Yeah, I mean, we need the results. Obviously other games have gone on today, so league table's not going to look any better. It's probably going to look worse. So we need to understand the reality of the situation that we're in. We need to, whether you're an 18-year-old lad on loan, or whether you're a 33-year-old, Will Spetch, or whoever it is, everyone needs to understand the situation we're in. Everyone needs to take responsibility to get us out of it. So I think that's just the mentality we have to have. Yeah,
will Jack Dixon be fit in time, do you think?
No, I wouldn't have. Yeah, I think that very, very unlikely. We are, we're targeting next Saturday as being more realistic, and even then, it's not. I wouldn't put my house on it. So Jack won't be around on Tuesday.
Okay, and does the suspension for Shaq carry forward into Tuesday, or does it count today?
I think that will end up being carried forward, unfortunately. That's my understanding.
Okay, and Louis Slough was absent from.
Yeah, he's got a tight hamstring, so we didn't want to risk him. We had him on the bench, but it was just we need that to clear up. But he should be okay on Tuesday.
Okay, final question on the new keeper. Talk us through how he arrived at the club.
Adam.
Thomas Perkins.
Oh, sorry, the young lad. He's just he's actually Hamworthy's goalkeeper. I'm just quite keen to have a goalkeeper on the bench. I think that it makes sense to have that. So Hamworthy, he's a young lad that's playing for Hamworthy, and they didn't have a game today, and I'm hoping he'll be involved today and Tuesday, and then going forward, we will look to have a goalkeeper on the bench. We've got a lad plays for the under 23s, but he's signed on for, I think, Dorchester Sport. So it's a difficult one. You don't want to take someone out of regular football just to sit them on the bench. So, but going forward, it's just we want to try and have goalkeepers on the bench if we can. He's a young lad. He seems to be very promising. So we felt with Hamworthy not having a game, it was a good opportunity for him.
Okay, Tom, thank you very much for your time.
No problem.